Hey everybody, welcome to Bend with Bree. Today we're going to be doing a yoga flow utilizing the yoga wheel, focusing on splits and back bends, but don't let that intimidate you. This is for all levels, so I will provide variations of every exercise that we're doing. So we're going to start seated on our mat, feet planted in front of you, and just lean back onto the yoga wheel, starting to open up deep into that upper back. You can clasp your hands above your head, getting into the shoulders as well. Now you can extend your arms out, getting deeper into the shoulders, opening the chest and the back. I'm going to do some wrist circles here. Your wrists are very neglected for the amount they're used. Think of how many times a day you're typing, doing planks on your hands, especially if you have an active yoga practice. So take some time to give those wrists some love. I'm now clasping my hands together and doing circles. Now go ahead and use your core to sit up, and to just neutralize the spine, I want you to give yourself a big hug here, rounding out. This should feel really good after holding that back bend just now. Now line up your low spine with the yoga wheel, and then you're going to lean back, extending your legs in front of you. So we're going to take an active stretch here. We're going to bend your knees and then extend your legs. I'm holding the back of the yoga wheel here. Bend, extend, bend, extend. Now when you get to the extension, you're going to hold your legs there. I still have my hands behind me, just taking a different variation. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the shoulders by clasping my hands above my head. This should feel like a deep stretch into the back. This always feels really good when I've been lifting a lot. Now bend your legs, and you're going to use your hands planted on the mat in front of you to push off. So you're going to bend, push off, bend, push off, bend, hold here. You're going to have your hands clasped. And then what you're going to do is take your feet into a butterfly. So opening our hips here on the yoga wheel. You can do whatever you'd like with your hands. I kind of separated mine just a little bit to get better balance. Just holding here in this butterfly variation. This gets your hips, your back, your shoulders, your chest. Now what we're going to do is bend one leg in. So you have one leg where your foot's planted on the mat and one leg in butterfly. Now switch sides. One foot planted, one in butterfly. Now widen your legs to the edge of the mat and let your knees fall in. This is good for your low back here. This is good with or without the yoga wheel if you're having low back pain. Now plant your hands on the mat again. Feet planted and hands planted, just holding here for a breath. Now go ahead and use your core to sit up. And you're just going to put your spine straight, hands at your heart, before giving yourself a nice big hug here, rounding out. I like to take that minute before I round out when I've been holding it for a long time because I get very sore and it's hard for me to round out right away. Nice long hold here. Now you're going to bring the yoga wheel in front of you. You're going to take a butterfly stretch with the yoga wheel between your feet. Lift your hands above your head and bring them to your heart. And what you're going to do is you're just going to fold forward and put your head on the wheel for a nice gentle stretch. No matter how flexible you are, I want you to take the simpler variation and let your body rest and relax. It's just as important to relax as it is to push yourself into the deep postures, which we will get to. So go ahead and bring your feet in now as far as they can go. Same position. The The yoga wheel's between your feet and you're bending over the yoga wheel. This is going to round your back out more. You can push into one of your legs, getting a little deeper in your hips. Switch sides. Now go ahead and sit up. You're going to take your legs about the width of your mat. The yoga wheel is just going to be in front of you for now. And what I want you to do is now separate your feet. So your feet are a little less wide than the mat. You're in like a very wide butterfly. And you're going to put your hands on the wheel and roll the wheel in and out. So roll yourself in and out. In and out. You can bring your feet in a little closer if you'd like, but still not together. In and out. Hold now. You want to think of bending at the hips, not your low back. So this is not the time where we're going to be rounding out. Another variation you can try to get a little bit deeper into the upper body is putting your elbows on the wheel and rolling forward with your elbows planted on the wheel. Sometimes they get a little bit difficult for both to fit, but once they do, it should feel really good. Perfect. So bring your legs back to the width of the mat. You're going to shake your legs out and then point and flex your feet. Point, flex, point, flex, point. Now you're going to bring the yoga wheel in front of you, hands on the wheel. You're going to do that same thing. So slide out and in. Slide out and in. Slide out and in. Slide out and in. Slide out. Hold. You can either point or flex your feet here. Now that option to put your elbows on the wheel and get a little deeper into the upper body. I've been working a lot on trying to get a pull-up, so my upper body was extremely sore, so this felt really good. Now you're going to bring yourself into a straddle. I want this straddle to be a stretch, but not the deepest straddle you can go. So point and flex your feet here. Flex, point. Bring the yoga wheel in front of you, and you're going to slide out and in. Slide out and in. Slide out and in. For those who are beginners or just starting out in their practice, you do not need to come this far out. Sliding out can be just an inch forward and an inch back, and that's perfect. You want to think of bending and rolling out from your hips, not your low back. So I'd much rather you slide out just a little bit and come back in and start rounding out a lot in this exercise. We're just doing hold here while we do some cat-cows. So the yoga wheel is as far as it can go, and you're rounding and arching. Now the option to take your elbows onto the wheel, any forward fold with your elbows on the wheel. So this gets really, really deep into your hips and shoulders. Great job. Now I want you to come into your deepest straddle. So now as we're really kind of pushing it a little bit, I'm just like loosening up, shaking myself out here, getting ready for what we're about to do. So roll out and in and out and in and out. I was definitely feeling this. And in and out. There's a little bit of core work involved in getting yourself pulled back in and in, out. Now we're going to do that cat-cow again. So hold the wheel and you're going to round and arch, round and arch. Again, you can do that rounding, arching with the wheel closer to you and just hold. I'm holding the top of the wheel, before going into the elbow variation. Like I said, sometimes it's hard to get yourself positioned right in this exercise, so just be patient. You will get there. This is a deep, deep stretch. Our mantra from last time was you can do hard things. So what is yours today? I'm not going to give this one to you. I'm going to think through, what is your mantra? What are you hoping to get out of this practice today? So bring your legs together, shake it out, do what you need to do to loosen up before coming back into a deep straddle. Now, if it's in your practice, you're going to use the yoga wheel to pull yourself forward slightly, roll your hips so you roll into a middle split. Your hands are still on the wheel, so you're stretching really deep into the inner thighs, hips, quads a little bit, and your shoulders. Only do this if it's in your practice or you're properly warmed up. Now you can do a middle split with your elbows on the wheel. I felt this in every inch of my body. Bring the yoga wheel back in. Give yourself a nice big hug. Lots of hugs today. Put the yoga wheel to the side for a second and just drop your legs back and forth. Loosen up a little bit. Give your body some love. Now roll back onto your back. Pull your knees into your chest and just shake them side to side. Extend your legs to the sky. Flex your feet. Just getting some blood flow in here. Now push yourself up to seated. We're going to go into a puppy pose with the wheel. So you're going to sit on your knees, hands on the wheel, and you're going to slide your chest forward with your hips above your knees. So I have my arms on the wheel. I'm sliding in and out, in, out, in, out, in, out. This is all upper body. Really good opening of the upper body. Now I want you to try to plant your elbows on the wheel, and then deep into a puppy pose. You can go in and out, in and out. Using the yoga wheel is really, really good if you're sore from lifting. That was my purpose today. It just helps you release some muscles that I just find that I can't get with normal stretching without the prop. So what we're going to do is come into a puppy pose, but you're going to put one elbow on the wheel with your hand on your mid back. So one arm is on the floor, one has the elbow on the wheel with your hand on your low back. You can slide backwards and forwards. Now move the wheel to the other side, and you're going to put the elbow there, hand on the low back, other arm flat on the floor. You can slide forward and backwards here. Perfect. Go ahead and come with that. Put your hands on the wheel and come into your deepest puppy pose that you can. If you can get your chin to the floor, try that. Otherwise, keep your forehead down. Perfect. So come into a child's pose with your head on the wheel. Hands just relax to the side, head on the wheel. Easy child's pose here, not pushing yourself, just relaxing. Now we're going to try some headstands with the wheel. My legs got a little cut off, so I apologize. You're going to plant your head by the wheel, holding the wheel with your arms. Extend one leg up first, one knee bent. Then you can just play. I drop one of my legs here. I try going into a split before I come back down. Rest yourself in child's pose with the wheel here. Hands by your sides. Just let your shoulders relax, your head, your neck. And then in just a moment, what we're going to do is come onto the other side. So your head's going to be right by the wheel. Your arms are on the floor, your forearms, and you're holding the wheel. You're going to kick one leg up, one knee bent, and then you can stagger out your legs. You can try a split. The wheel gives you just a little bit more stability. And stagger your legs out and come back out of that. Coming back into a child's pose with your arms by your side. Very, very nice. So go ahead and come out of that. You're going to come into a really, really gentle straddle and just let your head fall into the wheel, just relaxing. Super, super easy. I don't want you to push yourself here. Just let your muscles melt into the earth. I always get like a kind of like a tingling sensation when I stretch like really deep, and I can feel my body just like relaxing. It's really nice. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope this flow helped. If you want to see me do more at the wheel, let me know. And be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day.